10-2 is the final score. They've dropped 7 effing games. They are now second place to the Philadelphia Phillies here. And I understand that we're late in June. I also don't give a rat's ass. The Mets have played some of the worst baseball that we've seen as of late, without an absolute doubt. The fact that they've dropped 7 games is one thing. The fact that Zach Wheeler didn't even go beyond 5 innings is another thing. The fact that Blake Tidwell wasn't the reason why the Mets gave up their 10 runs today is another key factor. Then you add in Francisco Lindor. I love you, Frankie. You are my captain. But please lift a baseball on the road, buddy. You're now batting, what, around the Mendoza line, if not greater. They're on the road right around his 600 OPS. We need to be better there. Then you have the Juan Soto at bat. And I know it was a fantastic pitch by Zach Wheeler. I completely understand as to why he struck out there. I also understand that the Mets just simply cannot save their life when it comes to actually hitting with runners in scoring position. Did you guys see the commonality with the Mets actually having their runs today? It was 2 solo shots. Wow, color me shocked. You hit a ding-dong, dead center by Pete. Congratulations, Jeff McHits, Jeff McBombs. Whoop-de-effing do. It means nothing when the bullpen, headlined by Reed Garrett, more like, Reed, what the hell did I just watch, Garrett? He gets up and hits everybody and their mother on the base pass. Then Justin Garza, first pitch, first run, right away. Fantastic. Why wouldn't I want to see Justin Garza get absolutely rocked as he comes in this ball game? And then he gives up the bomb to Nicky C. And all I have to ask is, what just happened in this country? Did something catastrophic happen? Because usually when Nicky C hits bombs against good teams, including my New York Mets, that means that something happened there that was tragic, traumatic, something along those lines. Is Harambe okay? I repeat. All right, guys, locked in. How we feeling, everybody? I know you're not feeling great. I'm not feeling good either. I'm walking out of here in Philadelphia right now, and I feel like an absolute schmuck because, again, Mets have dropped 7 straight games. I can't talk. I can't be confident. I can't do anything. If you spit on me, I got to take it. There's nothing I can do. I got this schmuck right here that's with me. Look at him. Redhead. So that's red flag number 1. Shout out to my Mets fan redheads, though, not a slight on you guys. Then we have another Philly fan here, and I don't know where he went. Where did Dawson go? Oh, Dawson's ahead of us. We have Icyvert with us, if anyone knows who Icyvert is. One of the OGs there. All right, guys, let's see some donations. Juan Diaz with a $5. Thank you, Juan. Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, and Alonso get on base. The kids can't hit. That's why our offense stinks. Mets got to make moves. Kids suck. Thank you for that donation. I appreciate that so much. All you guys, thank you so much for jumping in, guys, for our latest New York Metropolitan post-game show here, everybody, as we are presented here by our great friends at BetUS, SeatGeek, and Mumu. SeatGeek has you covered for all of your ticketing needs, including hitting the ballpark here in Philadelphia with your guy Wardy that we're doing right now as we exit the ballpark. Hopefully Wardy doesn't get jumped. We'll find out. IRL content live with your guy Wardy as we exit what is still a nice ballpark and a really nice hangout, I may say. It just really sucks that I'm here. And I've seen now 3 consecutive losses for this Mets team. But if you guys want to, again, save some money on your tickets, head over to SeatGeek. Utilize our promo code WARDY10 for 10% off your next ticket purchase. And also, guys, check out BetUS. It has you covered with all of your sports betting needs, casino needs. I hope you guys didn't hammer the Mets money line today. You were kind of silly if you did. Maybe you were hammering them low because you knew that they were going to be the underdog today after dropping 6 straight. Regardless, hope you didn't do that, but make sure you do it at betus.com.pa today. And Mumu, the official trading platform of the New York Mets, but we'll get to them a little bit later in this one, everybody. As you guys can see, I'm not joking. We are currently strolling out of Citizens Bank Park right now. We're going to be hitting Xfinity Live for a little bit and then heading back to town, guys. But this has been a horrendous stretch of ball games for the Mets, and this is going to be a very unorthodox show tonight as well, so I apologize in advance to everybody if I missed anyone's comments. If I missed anyone's donations too, I sincerely apologize. I'm going to, let me get to my group here. Where did everybody go? Jonah, hold on for 1 second. Let's see, where'd they go? Oh, here we go. All right, there's one. Where's the other one?
Mike's going to get his stuff from
Mike's going to get his stuff.
From there. I don't know where Dawson is.
You know where Dawson is? All right, that's fine. Okay, season's over, no chance. All right, guys, put down the crack pipe. Calm down now. I understand we're not happy, but to suggest the season's over, let's wait till we actually get there before something like that's going to happen. But thank you guys again for chiming in live at a replay. We got a lot to say here. Shout out Jacob, as that is Jacob from And That's Baseball, big YouTuber over here. We got Jonah, not a YouTuber. He's just a Philly fan schmuck that I happen to like for some reason. We've been longtime friends. Jonah knows the vibes, and Jonah's feeling good. Jonah, is there anything you want to say to everybody? It's in the mic right here. Don't miss it.
Phillies, we had kind of a slower start with the bats, as you saw between the Phillies and the Mets. Cracked it about the 7th inning, and it worked in our favor. So let's look forward to game 2.
All right, see, he's being humble. Humble brag there from the new first-place Philadelphia Phillies. And as you guys can see live here from Citizens Bank Park, I'm not having a good time. I was electric. We were all electric when we saw the back-to-back home runs. Who wasn't electric when you saw McNeil and Alonso do their thing? And who wasn't electric when Blade Tidwell had everything cooking, guys? Blade Tidwell, who had on their bingo card that Blade Tidwell would get throughout the first 3 innings today unscathed? I certainly didn't. I thought he'd be out of here in under 4 innings, and funny enough, he still was. But at the same time, he did give up runs in the end. And how Blade Tidwell ended up giving up runs, everybody, had a lot to do there that we saw with just, again, the inexperience. And the Mets not going to hate him out there too much. You're not going to hate him out to dry as much as they did his last outing out there, even though he wasn't out there that long. Tidwell touched 99 on the gun today. That we saw at the fastball. That looked fantastic. We also saw him get some 97 strikeouts there. And look, again, a lot of things to be happy about to a degree with Blade Tidwell. And I do think that there is a realm for him to potentially have a role for this Mets team, specifically as a reliever. The Mets would like to go down that route, everybody. And let me just get this set up here. I apologize. I'm just trying to get this set so I can actually look at the comments, because right now I'm having a difficult time trying to do that. So my apologies, everybody. Let's see who we got in here. Let's get to the comments. Al, thank you for the $5 holla. What's your stance on Brett Beatty hitting 213 with a 260 on base and his 4th season, and Jared Young still playing a ton at DH? Yeah, I wasn't happy with Jared Young at DH. I don't think anyone was really happy with Jared Young at DH. I mean, listen, KBO legend or not, it's hard to be excited about a guy like him there when he's going to be DH batting 6 today, all right? So that was my initial reaction to Jared Young. That's why I put on X as well that I didn't love Jared Young there starting at DH today. But this is kind of the problem, everybody, with the current options that the Mets have right now. They don't have a lot of options. And because they don't have a lot of options, that is coming back to bite them big time. Their youth movement right now. What's good, man? I'm live right now.
I watch your stuff all the time.
Oh, thank you so much. What's your name?
Raymond.
Raymond? Raymond, say hi to everybody. We're live right now.
Chad, yo, what up, guys? Yo, we'll get them tomorrow, guys.
We got to snap it. We got to snap it. It's bad. Okay, all right, Raymond, you said, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, Raymond. Again, pleasure meeting you. All right, quick question for you real quick then. Right. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the panic meter with the Mets right now? Because we were 21 games above 500. Now we went from winning 6 straight games against what was bottom feeder teams, let's be frank. And now you get curb stomped 7 straight against good teams. The Rays are good. The Braves are good, regardless of their actual record. I don't care what anyone says. Braves, yeah. And then we know the Phillies are good, obviously, even though they're not great. We know this Mets team is beating themselves right now. What would be your panic meter on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm going to be honest, it's an 8. I say 8 because what we have to do is we have to get high leverage relievers by the deadline. That's what we have to do. We got to figure out to get Garza out, Castillo out. We got to get high leverage guys in, and that's how we can change this thing around. Listen, the bats will wake up. Soto will come around. The runners in scoring position, it will get better.
I hope so.
We just got to get there. With the high leverage relievers, we will get there. That's what we need. That's the key. Maybe a starter or 2. Maybe Sandy. Maybe Zach Gallen. Diamondbacks might be selling. Marlins are definitely selling. That might be the key to us. After we fix them up, we can do it.
Words of wisdom, my man. Thank you so much for chopping it up. I appreciate it.
Man, keep it up, bro.
Thank you, bro. You have a great night, okay?
Always watching.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one. Let's go Mets. Appreciate that. What a dog. And I love the fact that he was doing nothing but spitting right there. Talking about Sandy, talking about trade acquisitions. Did I just meet my best friend? What is going on here? Cue the Step Brothers segment. I am live streaming right now. You want to say what's good?
Let's go Mets, baby.
Let's
Come
go
on.
Mets. Now I'm going to, what's your name? Josh Tyler. Nice to meet you, man. All right, now here, quick question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say is your panic meter right now with the Mets having dropped not only 7 games, but now I know it's still June, but now they've dropped out of first place to the Phillies. And talking to the mic right over here, so you see him in the middle.
It's about a 5. I think we're gonna get some starters back, and we'll be able to right the ship. But
well, yeah, dude, we got our ass kicked. Thank you, man.
We'll be fine, guys.
We'll be totally fine. Manaya's coming back. I can't wait. I'm 0-4 in Mets games this year, so I'm not going anymore.
That's why I brought him here.
Well, I mean, it makes sense with a Philly fan. It does. I'm on a 3-game L streak too now. It's not good. The last win I saw was in LA, out of all places, and Dodger Stadium, not at Citi Field.
What's the chat saying?
The chat saying is they're not happy right now. Is what they're saying. They're pretty distressed. My name's Tyler. People know me as Wardy. I cover the Mets. Daily on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool.
So thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I got to say the fan interactions have been really, really good here.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of like when the Phillies play well, I expect people to talk shit. That's the point.
Yeah.
And then when they don't play well, it's like they really can't talk back as much. That's kind of how it goes, like anything else.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the consensus has been. Let's see what we have in the chat, guys. Let me get to some of your comments quick, and then we're going to continue on with the live show. It has not been fun at all. And, guys, this is a question to everybody. You guys watching live on a replay now, let me know in the chat, guys, the following. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on the Mets panic meter right now? This is something that we're going to break down at greater length tomorrow, so be on the lookout for it, everybody. But I'm really curious to see what you guys have on a scale of 1 to 10 on the panic meter. Listen, there's still a lot of baseball to be had this season, and the Mets very well can get back there. And first, I love when people try to heckle, but they're like north of 60 and just have no clue what they're talking about. I digress. Let me get back to what I was saying, everybody. For me, the panic meter right now, I'm going to bring on Dawson in a second to have him share a word or two. Icy Bird, if you guys don't know. For me, I'm probably right now, I would say at, a 4.5, a 5. I'm right around middle of the pack. I don't think it's the end of the world at all, and I think if the Mets start to get on a heater at beginning as soon as tomorrow, then literally everything changes. Everything changes for this Mets team if they get on a little bit of a heater. The Phils get back on a losing streak. If the Mets just have a great week and the Phils don't have a good week and the Braves don't have a good week, we're right back where we were a week ago. So that's why handling a 162 of a season is not the same as handling just anything else in sports. This is definitely a unique situation. It's definitely one of those where you have your pros and your cons, but for baseball, you can have such a high for such a long period of time. We're talking months on end, and then still the reality is you can maybe not make playoffs in the end. You could go from winning 6 straight games the way the Mets did to now dropping 7 straight games the way that they now have. I mean, the ebbs and flows of 162 can be a blessing, and now in the case of the Mets right now in their current stance, is most certainly a curse. That is my initial reality, and really what we're seeing with this team right now. Offensively, we know the runner in scoring position woes continue to rear its head. Horrendous yet again tonight. Again, if you did not have a solo bomb, you had nothing for this Mets team. Pitching-wise, Blades Hidwell wasn't stellar, but he also wasn't terrible at all either. Again, some positives from the signing for sure. Jose Castillo is only going to be good so long and for how much, and that's why the Mets are in the market for reliever help. As our first Mets fan that chimed in the live show a little bit earlier that actually walked up to me, Raymond, I believe his name is, Raymond or Ramon, he was talking about how the Mets need at least a reliever arm or two, and I 100% agree, and we're going to be talking more about that on the platform plenty over the next couple of days on reliever options for this Mets bullpen, as well as more on the starting pitching front, because they're in the market on all those fronts, and they will most certainly be seeking to buy there leading up to the MLB trade deadline, everybody. So we're going to talk more about the key takeaways from this game here in a second, especially the ins and outs. Have a great night, my man. Thanks so much. Again, have a good night. Yep, congrats. Big game. I can't talk shit when Phillies fans are being nice to me. I got to take it. I got to be nice to them too. But guys, we're going to talk more here about the key takeaways from tonight's game and everything else in between here in just a second. But a quick word from our amazing sponsor here at Moomoo.
Hey Mets fans, if you love diving deep into the numbers like WAR or ERA, then you absolutely are going to love what today's video sponsor Moomoo brings to your investing game. Think Moneyball, but this time for your portfolio. I'm beyond excited to share that Moomoo, the proud trading platform of the New York Mets, is here to level up your investing. Moomoo is a global trading platform currently serving over 25 million users in markets like the United States, Canada, Singapore, and Japan. Whether you're just starting out or if you're a more seasoned trader, Moomoo's app and desktop platform offers commission-free trading on stocks, ETFs, and options, no contract fees either. So plus, you get premium tools, guys, whether it's going to be the institutional grade analytics, Morningstar research, and analyst ratings, all free for funded users. And right now, Moomoo is doubling down for Mets fans. Sign up through my exclusive link down below, make a qualifying deposit, and get up to, 60 free stocks, plus not 1 but 2 Mets Suite tickets. Not to mention, Moomoo customers can get free tickets to all Monday home games at Citi Field, and who knows, you may even see me at a game. And with 0 commissions and 0 contract fees on stock and ETF options, you keep more of your wins. Are you guys ready to trade smarter? Download Moomoo now and swing for the financial fences. And shout out once more to Moomoo for being an amazing sponsor here on the platform.
All right, guys, now to get back into this one, key takeaways from tonight's game. We're bringing on my guy, Richie, over here from Knicks and Jets Media, also the co-creator of Roundtable Sports. What a stud he is. Richie came all the way out here. Richie came out all the way from New York tonight for tonight's game just to see the Mets get curb stomped. Now, listen, I reside in Pennsylvania, so I had a hike today, but that had more so to do with just the hecticness once we got closer to Philadelphia. There was also a FIFA game going on right across the street there at the Link, so not a great day to be a Mets fan, to say the least. The Mets have dropped 7 straight, so I'm going to ask Richie here the same question I've been asking everybody. Richie, what on a scale of 1 to 10 would you say is your panic meter right now for the New York Mets, having dropped 7 straight games, now out of first place. And you had Zach. Wait.
Or 10 would be panicked.
Zero would be not panicked at all.
Okay.
10 would be I'm freaking the F out.
Okay.
Like we have a major problem.
I know
Sky's
right
falling like Frank the Tank on a normal Tuesday night. You know. So what would you say on the scale of 1 to 10?
My panic level for the New York Mets after losing 7 straight is a 0, because this is baseball. It's the sport of highs and lows. The Mets were red hot right before this, and yes, it was against subpar opponents. But now, this is what this Mets team needed, to face adversity, to have a little bit of humility if they want to be champions, if they want to go over the top, which we know this team is capable of. Let's not forget what this team is built on, right? Teams get adversity. It's inevitable. We're all living on this high all season, which is great. And now I believe in this team so much. I believe in the squad. Soto, Lindor, Alonso, the core, Nimmo. Sean Manaea is coming back. Come on, man. We're going to get healthy, right? We're dealing with some adversity. But the best teams are the ones that overcome adversity. That's when you can tell they actually have a winning culture. And this New York Mets team showed last year they're built on that. So I'm not giving up. You got to believe. Yes, of course, there's things to worry about. I'm not saying be delusional and say, no, there's not literal things that's wrong with this Mets team in this moment. But I think that a moment like this could spark something special with this ball club, giving them momentum to the end of this.
Okay, so if you're going to say that this could spark something special, listen, I'm all for kind of, especially getting out of ruts. The Mets did that greatly after being down 11 games below 500. But at the same time, this is a Mets team that was 21 games above 500. It wasn't like that they were, having to crawl themselves out of, what was the mud. This is more so on them crawling themselves out of a rut while they're still a team well above 500. They're 14 games above 500.
Yeah, absolutely.
So not nearly the same right around there. But, just to clarify more, to get the best out of this team, do you think that this kind of stretch is ultimately going to build character? Or do you think that they will get out of this and still have more of their same issues? Because for me, everybody, and I know you guys feel this way too, it's one thing on the pitching. Because we know with the pitching, that may get rectified to a degree. From Sean Manaea, who looked very strong today for the most part in Syracuse. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow. As well as when you're getting there, Frankie Montas, if he provides anything in his season debut on Tuesday next week against the Atlanta Braves at home for that 4-game set against the Braves, or if it's going to be a different stretch, everybody, along the lines of the following, that's going to be something else. Whether that's going to be, I don't even know what to label it. If it's going to be along the lines of the Mets are in a position where. And I completely lost my train of thought because I just had a schmuck walk up to me like I was waiting to see if he was gonna say something, walk up or whatever, but he just got in my space and just threw everything off. So shout out to Mumu. That's all I have to say. Hold on. What was I saying? Do you remember what I was getting on my little tangent on?
Yeah, it was about, it's their pitching. You were talking about Manaea.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah. Pitching is one of the things that we know that they're likely going to be able to rectify and get figured out throughout the course of the season. I have confidence in the Mets being able to do that. In dire situation where I think, cue the alarms, the sky's falling type thing. I know Frank the Tank is probably nibbling on his neck chain right now, telling you guys all how much the Mets season ended 20 games ago already. But the realist will tell you that the Mets are going to be okay. I'm firmly confident that they will be okay. With 7 games dropped in a row means that something needs to change. There needs to be a discussion had in that clubhouse. There needs to be something to have their rosterly, especially in the left front. I know the Mets don't have an abundance of other options, but seriously, something needs to be had, especially in the front of a guy like Jared Young, DH. The bottom order, the youngins just aren't hitting at all. Between Torrens and Alvarez, we're not getting a lot. I know Torrens had himself at least 1 hit today, but that still only moves the needle so much. There's a lot to be desired from how the Mets have been playing the past week plus of baseball. And the fact that the Mets have now not won a game since Thursday of a week plus ago. And on top of it, your guy Wardy now is on a 3-game losing streak. I told you guys to have low expectations for tonight's game as is. This was prior, for today. This is from a couple days ago. As soon as we had the idea that would be a spot starter like Tidwell today, I told you guys, expect the worst, hope for the best, I said. And then play Tidwell is not the liability. He's not the issue for the Mets today. It's pretty much everyone else on the bullpen front. It's between Justin Garza being batting practice and looking like the guy that the Giants and other clubs didn't have a problem giving up. We saw Jose Castillo look human because, again, he's not going to light the world on fire every time as a 6'6" towering big lefty. And then you look at Mr. Reed Garrett, who he's been dominant this year, but we've utilized him a lot, and we've seen him get worked down. We've seen him get burnout. And right now, Reed Garrett is on the end of burnout where he just isn't locating and pitching nearly as well as we hope he can be and should be. So, yeah, not happy right now as a Mets fan. But do I think the sky's falling? No, absolutely not. What we are going to talk about tomorrow as well as in the coming days, everybody, is more on what the Mets need to do to try to rectify this right now. Because the big question is, They're losing in, different manners every night. By the same time, they're all the same. The lack of runners in scoring position hitting, some bad fundamental play, or some pitching where the bullpen is just getting absolutely rocked. A Mets bullpen that was once one of the better ones, if not the best one, in Major League Baseball is now looking like one that, leaves a bit to be desired, and the Mets need some more quality arms. They need to make some moves leading up to the deadline. We all know that. Who knows what Daniel Nunez is going to bring to this bullpen? He's been called up, but he hasn't really done anything yet, obviously. You have some other options in AAA that I like to a degree, but because there are uncertainties, you really don't know what they're going to be getting. So that's a level of concern as well. So I would love to hear from all you guys in the chat down below. What do you think the Mets need to do and will do ultimately to try to get themselves right and try to get themselves back on track after being on a 7-game losing streak? I mean, this is without question the worst stretch of baseball the Mets have had since the first 2 months of the 2024 season. But now, guys, to continue on our live show, we're going to bring on the enemy just for a second because we're going to reel in here for a hot minute. Dawson, if you guys don't know Dawson is better known as what? Icyvert. And Icyvert is best described as what?
Dumbass online.
Dumbass online. Check him out on X. Big following. Loves talking sports. All right, Icy. What's your biggest takeaway from tonight's Mets-Phillies game as a Phillies fan? How do you feel without trying to be too, I'm kicking dirt in your face to a Mets fan? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Too much to do that.
I appreciate that, but, at the same time, it's okay to talk shit. I
My biggest takeaway is Bryce Harper's job at first base is in danger. Otto Kemp is coming for his job. Bryce.
Who?
Yeah, I know, right? Bryce is going to move back to right field. Castellanos is going to get traded. His value just went up tonight with that 2-run home. And then we're going to make
Did something tragic happen tonight?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's coming.
Okay, that's why I hit
minutes.
the bomb.
Yes.
30 minutes, don't say that.
So my biggest takeaway is Otto Kemp's a really damn good defensive first baseman. That's what I learned tonight, really. And then as for you guys, your catcher, Alvarez, I learned he's in the shitter.
Yeah, he didn't even know that Albie was bad right now.
I thought he was.
He thought Albie was still his 20 bomb self. No, that's not what he is. And you want to know what my biggest takeaway is from the Philly point of view? It's the fact that the Phillies actually tried to blow this game. They wanted to blow it by bringing in Taijuan Walker.
That was so
Did you guys
awesome.
see how Taijuan Walker was like, let me just help out my buddies real quick. He's like, I love Pete. I love Jeff. We go way back during our years with the Mets. Let's just give them some ding-dongs, and then let's just pull my ass out of the game. That easy.
Let me throw them my slowest possible fastball, and then look shocked when I get rocked for 2 runs. Taijuan Walker, nice guy, right? Really nice guy. But when you talk about being nice in a sports conversation, you probably are really bad at your job. And he falls into that category. I don't know where he belongs, if it's bullpen or starter. It's probably bullpen catcher would be his best position. But
I had a 3.5 ERA entering tonight's outing. It wasn't terrible.
yeah, I thought it was 10, but it got real close to 10 when the night was up. So I'm worried about him. I thought the game would be a little bit closer. I'll be honest. I feel like Mets always looks pretty good.
I thought it was when the game was tied. I genuinely thought we're gonna have a tight, sweaty situation as we get to the 8th and 9th inning. If the Mets blow it, it's gonna be dramatic as hell. And if the Phillies blow it, it's gonna be huge. So
I was a little bit nervous when it was 2-2 because again, Taijuan Walker stunk up the joint.
And then Reed Garrett just was giving up everything.
I will say, Q was part of the night, and you may not agree, but those 2 guys touching home in 2 seconds from each other.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. I don't know who exactly was running on base pass for the Phillies there, but
Cassidy was in front, and JT was right behind him.
Okay, so Nicky C and JT Realmuto were literally touching each other. That's how much they were within reach as they were rounding the bases when it was batting practice.
Gotta have friendship.
Yeah, gotta have friendship. Like ours. There you go. See, Phillies and Mets bonding, just like that, everybody. So
First time in history.
that is Dawson from Icyvert, everybody. Make sure to check him out on X and also check him out.
Snapback Sports.
There you go. Snapback Sports, everybody. Guys, that is going to do it for a live show. I'm going to go hit Xfinity Live and, drain my sorrows for a half hour or so and then hit the hay. So thank you guys all so much for watching. A very frustrating, a sour, a down post-game show here for WardyNYM in Philadelphia. But we had to do it for the boys and the girls, everyone watching live on a replay. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Might not be directly after the game, but should be directly after the game there between the Mets and the Phillies. Let's see if the Mets can try to avoid a 8-game losing streak because out of first place right now is nothing short of absolutely brutal. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Love you all to death. I apologize to anyone's donations I missed. I will make it up to you next time I'm live and back home. It's just because my stuff makes it really difficult to look at comments, so I sincerely apologize. But thank you guys all so much again. No matter what, as pissed off as we all are, no matter what, guys, let's go Mets.
Giants, Knicks.